Hey everyone, Irit here with another video in my daily sketching series. The series is coming to an end very soon, and after that I really don't know how many videos I will be able to post. And yeah, I'm just happy that I managed to do this series for myself and for you, and I hope it was as inspiring as I, wished it would be. By the way, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, ring the bell, like, comment, all these things. It really helps, and it's completely free. So, Zoisite. Zoisite is a Daniel Smith color that actually is made from an Austrian stone. So I think, or mineral, whatever, I don't know. I think it needs to be in my palette, and I absolutely fell in love with this color. It's, I would say, a slightly more muted and really heavily granulating version of Perlene green. So if that sounds like something you want to have in your palette, I really recommend this color. I think it's also quite a unique color. I don't remember seeing something. Perlene green you can find, I think every brand makes a Perlene green, but this one is much better in my opinion. So much so that I have a well for Perlene green, and I think I will be clearing that out just because I think the Zoisite is a lot more just more fitting to my personal aesthetic, and it's gorgeous, and I'm so happy that I have it now in my palette. So I was just testing to see, I knew I wanted to pair it with some pinks, but I wasn't sure which pink. So I just tried my pinks to see which one I like, and I actually really liked it with the shell pink, that more, pastel-y, warm kind of pink. So I think that's what I'm going to use, but I'm also using some of my new Caran D'Ache Neocolor I. I'm going to try and record a favorites video for you also to post before I go on vacation or during or whatever. And spoiler, the Neocolor ones are going to be in that video because they're fantastic. They're like the perfect resist pastel for sketchbooks and watercolors. That's it. That's basically what I have to say about them. So I'll just be repeating myself in that favorite video. Yeah, but I thought I would just, play around with them a little bit here and also add. So you can see I'm just adding mostly shell pink and then just mixing it with some other colors to get just an interesting variation. This is something I learned I really love. Not using the same color throughout a painting or in a larger area, but rather tweak the color, mix it with others, just and gradually change it and get different tones and shades that are still similar but also different. I just find it makes things more interesting. Here I decided I'm going to have, I should add another flower in the middle, or whatever this is, floral abstract thing in the middle, just to balance the composition a little bit. Just 3 usually looks better than 2. So that's what I did in the middle. And yeah, I'm just having fun playing around with all the colors except Zoisite. No, because I wanted to add the Zoisite, that's it there, to my background. So to have a more heavy on the Zoisite background. And again, I'm using my flat brush. The one I have is just a Jackson Studio. I think it's 3/4 of an inch brush. Nothing too exciting. It just works for this kind of application to cover an area with a nice, amount of pigment and not a ton of water. It works really well to have this kind of synthetic flat brush. It just doesn't hold as much water as the round brushes or the more natural hair or the synthetic hairs that are supposed to imitate natural hair. Those brushes just hold more water, and then the background just becomes this runny puddle of paint. And sometimes that's great, but since I'm working on a small area here, And I also want to get some intensity. I don't want everything to be just, a puddle of water. So the flat brush works really, really well for that. And I'm just adding some, what am I adding? Oh, this is ultramarine pink from Mgram, which is beautiful. So you'll see in a few days, I'll do the flip through and I'll talk forever about all the colors in this journal. And I know this because I just recorded that video and soon my throat is going to say enough with all this talking. So yeah, that's coming. And other than that, I don't know. I hope, I can share with you what I'm going to take with me as kind of my travel kit. And hopefully I will manage to actually do some painting and sketching when I'm there. I really, really hope that I'll manage to do that. I am getting more and more comfortable with painting on the go. And also, my kids are kind of older now that they can paint with me and not just, disturb me. So we'll see. But the Zoisite, absolute keeper. I adore this color. And if you want to try it, maybe you should get one of my viewers she nicknamed it Pen Pal, which is actually a really great way of trying out colors. So if you have a friend that also is into watercolors, what you can do is, you can buy a few tubes and then your friend can buy a few tubes, and then you can each give each other a pan, either a half pan or even a full pan of your tube paints. And that way you can just try more paint. So for now I have that full pan with the Zoisite. When I run out, I know I love this color enough to buy a tube, but I definitely have also now enough to paint with it, really get to know it. And, sometimes you feel like that, but other times you don't. And then it's good that you didn't spend the money on your own tube. So find a pen pal and you can exchange some pens, which I also did with Léonard from YouTube here. She's on YouTube, Léonard Creates. So she sent me some pens of colors that I don't have, and I sent her some. And I'm looking forward to testing the colors she sent me, and hopefully she might also find some winners in the ones that I sent her. So I think it's a good idea. And, you can get a few pens into like a small envelope, and then you just pay for like a regular letter. So I think it's like a good investment to try new colors like this if you have the possibility. Now I'm adding some pops of color because that's what I always do. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to paint. I would love to hear from you what kind of series you would enjoy seeing. I have no idea, and I'm making no promises, and for sure I won't be able to do daily videos. At some point I need to start working on more classes because I also have bills to pay. And the summer I kind of felt, after I released the intuitive painting course, which was, just such a labor of love and such a meaningful course to me. But after that, I was like, okay, whatever I can get done this summer, it will be just like pure, bonus. And the series has been fantastic, for me, and hopefully also for you, that you got daily videos and hopefully daily inspiration. But sadly, it's not something I can keep up just because YouTube doesn't pay me enough to just make videos for YouTube. But it was kind of a nice break. And even though I posted so many videos, it still got, I just got into the routine of it. So if I had more time one day, then I would paint a few pages, and then I could narrate a few pages on another day, or a few videos. And so I didn't necessarily paint every single day, but I painted most days. And most of these pages take me somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes, no more than that. And usually I can find the time to do that in a day, even if the days are very busy. Now, because I was filming, I couldn't really do this after the kids were asleep because I don't have really nice lighting. But yeah, it all worked out. Again, using some rose gold. I've raved about this rose gold. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I will hopefully remember to leave you the link where you can grab your own. If you love rose gold, you should really try this one because it's just perfection. I'm considering to assemble a little palette of metallics and kind of shimmery watercolors to take with me to Italy. I don't want to include it with my main palette because I don't want like the water. Once you get the water, contaminated with these shimmery paints, everything will be shimmery, and I don't want that. So I think I might include it in a separate palette, and then maybe if I want to use it, I'll use a water brush, just because I really like those. I think those pops of shine and metallic are beautiful, and I think they add a lot, but I don't want it all over all of my paintings because sometimes I really, really do prefer that flat look that watercolors have. Can we take a moment and all say, "Aw, wow," about the granulation of this watercolor, Zoisite? It's fantastic, isn't it? Such a beautiful color. Daniel Smith got it perfect with this one, and I'm really glad that I finally tried it. And thanks again to Eva for being generous with her tube. And I'll see you tomorrow in another video. Bye.